Fears of global overpopulation and the subsequent depletion of natural resources have historically fueled discussions of human extinction. To avert the collapse, solutions ranging from mandated birth control to the concept of zero population growth have been proposed. The dystopian solution presented in the film Logan's Run, however, is far more drastic: systemic euthanasia for everyone who reaches a predetermined age. If such a terrible mandate were enacted, what would the cutoff age be? 85? Perhaps 60? 55? In Logan's Run, the city's population limit is maintained by executing every citizen at the age of 30. Humanity lives in a sealed, climate controlled dome city following an ecological collapse. Life is devoted to pleasure, leisure, and free love, and all managed by a central computer system. The fundamental role of this society is population control. Every citizen is given a life clock crystal in their palm, and life is mandated to end at the age of 30 during a public ritual called renewal at the carousel. This process is falsely presented as a literal reincarnation into a new body. Anyone who rejects renewal and attempts to escape the city is known as a runner. The police force tasked with tracking down and terminating runners are called Sandmen. The protagonist, Logan 5, is a Sandman. Logan is assigned a secret mission by the central computer: find and destroy a mythical place called Sanctuary, a supposed refuge for runners. To ensure Logan is taken seriously by any runners he meets, the computer artificially advances his life clock from 26 to 30, making him a mandatory runner. Forced to become a runner, Logan escapes the dome with Jessica 6, a young woman who is part of an underground resistance movement dedicated to helping people escape. Their journey through the forbidden, dilapidated areas outside the dome reveals a decaying, overgrown Washington, D.C. They encounter two key figures: Box, a deranged, repurposed robot who was originally programmed to freeze ocean food, but now freezes and stores human runners in a massive ice cave. This reveals that no one has ever reached Sanctuary. An old man, an elderly, senile man living alone in the ruins of the U.S. Capitol building. He represents the first person that Logan and Jessica have ever seen who is older than 30. His very existence shatters their worldview and proves the city's dogma is a lie. Logan and Jessica realize that Sanctuary is simply the outside world and that its true value lies in generational continuity. They decide to return to the Dome City to tell the citizens the truth. In the ensuing chaos, Logan enters the central computer's core and attempts to explain his findings: that there is life beyond 30. Unable to process the information that falls outside its programmed parameters, i.e., illogical concept of human existence past its limit, the computer overloads and shuts down. The resulting systemic failure destroys the dome's protective ceiling. The surviving citizens stream outside, where they meet the old man, who is bewildered but unharmed. The film ends with the young, liberated population faced with the task of starting a new life in the real world, free of the deadly cycle of the dome. Released in the summer of 1976, Logan's Run is often considered the last of its kind. The following summer would be utterly dominated by Star Wars, abruptly ending the era of practical and often endearingly cheesy special effects. You can literally see the wires in the stunning but dated carousel scene, which, while beautiful, looks inexpensive compared to modern CGI. Prior to George Lucas's technological revolution, this style, save for the groundbreaking work of Stanley Kubrick, was largely the cinematic standard. Star Wars set a new high bar for sci fi quality that Hollywood quickly followed. One biting social commentary of the film often goes unmentioned. When Logan and Jessica flee the city, they discover the ruins of the U.S. Capitol, where, inside the Senate chambers, they encounter a senile old man surrounded by dozens of cats and endlessly cracking walnuts. Isn't that a surprisingly apt, albeit darkly comedic, satire of our own political gridlock? The scene essentially depicts a motivated runner, Logan, entering a forgotten hallowed hall only to find a representative of the previous broken system unable to govern, distracted by triviality, the walnuts, and choked by irrelevance, the cats. It suggests that even without the city's mandates, society's decay is often self inflicted. Producers of Logan's Run controversially secured a PG rating only after heavily toning down the content. They sanitized the script by removing profanity and drug references, and they softened the violence. Yet the film's pervasive nudity and adult themes still lead many to argue that it deserved an R rating upon its 1976 release. While not family friendly, and certainly not a film to allow an 8-year old to watch unsupervised, it is fundamentally a film about family and its absence, exploring what happens when a society systemically eradicates generational bonds. Instead, the film is best suited for parents to watch and discuss with older teenagers, given its unvarnished look at extreme hedonism, free love, capital punishment, and the systemic, state mandated euthanasia. Most religious traditions are fundamentally built on beliefs about the soul's fate after death. Some envision judgment followed by an eternal afterlife, while others embrace reincarnation, where the soul enters a new body based upon the moral accumulation of karma from the previous life. Logan's Run wickedly twists this spiritual concept into a form of state sanctioned social control. The city maintains order by causing all citizens to believe that they will be renewed with a new body if they successfully reach the top of the carousel during their ritualized termination. Fictional religions often borrow heavily from real world models to ensure that they are immediately relatable to the audience. For example, the Klingon figure Kahless closely mirrors the messianic role of Jesus, while the Jedi and Sith orders in Star Wars present a familiar dualistic structure of light versus dark, similar to many Earth based philosophical systems. Because of this common practice, it is rare to find a truly novel religious concept in fiction. The renewal at the carousel in Logan's Run succeeds by presenting a wicked inversion of a familiar idea. Instead of offering a spiritual rebirth like in reincarnation, the film creates a mandatory, state sanctioned lie designed purely for social control. The city's control is powerfully reinforced through a public, color coded status system tied to the life clock crystal worn in every resident's left palm. The visual progression both tracks the time and subtly dictates behavior, successfully selling the renewal lie. Up to the age of 7, children wear white and their crystal is clear, signifying innocence before the life clock is fully activated. When they reach the age of 8, through the age of 15, the crystal and clothing turn yellow, suggesting optimism and early vitality. At the age of 16 up until the age of 23, the crystal shifts to green, clearly representing fertility. This phase marks the official period when dome residents are expected to be sexually active, maximizing reproductive capability. Up to the age of 29, the crystal shifts red, signifying intense passion and desire, but also aggression as one's final years approach. Flashing red and black at age 30 is what happens when they near last day. The crystal ominously flashes that color, with black representing the impending death at the carousel. Jessica's seemingly casual remark to Logan about never knowing her mother, made while traveling to the cathedral district, unveils one of the most profound and chilling aspects of the Dome City: the absolute erasure of family history. It's highly probable that no one in the society knew their parents, given that a resident must be at least 16 years and 9 months to give birth. The maximum age a child could be while their parent was still alive is just 13 years and 3 months. This effectively guarantees that no one grows up with a fully formed memory of their father or mother. This systemic absence of adult role models and family elders during a child's formative years is key to the city's control. It ensures that the only authority figures are the young other believers who promote the dogma, making the lie of renewal far easier to swallow. By systematically eliminating all citizens at age 30, the Dome City ruthlessly cuts the population off from the wisdom and stability provided by extended family, especially grandparents. This forced generational gap eradicates crucial emotional and psychological support. Grandparents not only offer a vital link to the past, but also provide children with unconditional love and emotional ballast necessary to navigate through years of adolescence. Their love is often perceived as unconditional, a sharp contrast to the conditional love from the necessary discipline provided by parents. By removing this bedrock of support, the city ensures its young population remains psychologically and emotionally immature, incapable of forming deep, lasting attachments, making the lie of renewal seem like a simple, logical transition rather than a devastating loss. Though Logan and Jessica only spent a few days with the old man during their journey back to the city, the encounter was transformative. Despite his senility and isolation, the old man imparted a vital form of wisdom: the concept of age, family, and of a life lived outside the dome's programming. This knowledge was invaluable as the couple planned to dismantle their repressive society. More than just a guide, his memory of the past became the foundational text for the future. His mere existence validates the potential for a sanctuary where generational continuity and human life can be restored for all the runners Logan and Jessica liberate. The most poignant scene of the film occurs during Francis's burial, when Jessica asks the old man the meaning of the headstone inscriptions: beloved husband and beloved wife. The concept of enduring lifelong love, a bond completely foreign to the dome's hedonistic culture, is clearly overwhelming to them. When the old man simply explains that these titles refer to his father and mother, it's a moment of profound revelation. The glimpse of generational connection and the permanent two-person union is thrilling to both Logan and Jessica, representing a complete alternative to their controlled lives. At this moment, they effectively commit to a relationship that mirrors this ideal: a true marriage in spirit, if not in the formal sense that the Dome City had intentionally erased. Logan's Run features a classic dystopian trope: a central computer, or an AI, that has assumed absolute control. Its ultimate defeat, when exposed to data that falls outside its program parameters, is highly reminiscent of the classic Star Trek. such as Captain Kirk defeating the oppressive AI Landru in the episode The Return of the Archons. This raises an interesting point today, as AI today is viewed as the shiny new object, poised to revolutionize society. Yet the film acts as a cautionary tale. The Logan's Run computer, built entirely on cold, flawless logic, failed because it could not compute the value of human continuity, love, and irrationality. It's a key cinematic reminder that even the most advanced AI cannot replace the necessity of human experience. Any discussion of the domed city's artificial intelligence must include the robot box, the terrifying guardian of the deep sleep chambers. The sheer number of frozen bodies revealed in his cavern confirms that the box was a violent physical limit for every runner before Logan and Jessica, representing the final, brutal end of the city's escape route. Box's current functioning, deep freezing human runners, is a chilling repurposing of his original directive, freezing ocean food, fish, plankton, and sea greens. This implies a severe ecological collapse has cut off the city's traditional food supply. Although the film never confirms the source of the city's remaining food, the evidence suggests the countless frozen bodies were merely stored and not thankfully consumed, avoiding a Soylent Green style reveal. As Logan and Jessica look toward establishing their sanctuary, the scene underscores a vital need for sustainability. The memory and basic skills of the old man, such as knowing how to farm, will prove far more essential to the future of humanity than the city's failed cold logic. No, Logan's Run is empathetically not a G rated family classic. The infamous love shop scene alone guarantees that. But despite its controversial content, the film is fundamentally a powerful commentary on family and generational continuity. This cult classic delivers profound lessons, showing us why family is important, particularly by highlighting the irreplaceable wisdom of elders, even in their senility, and the necessity of generational memory. It also functions as a stark warning about ecological collapse and the catastrophic consequences of resource depletion. Therefore, while it may be the last of its kind, the enjoyable, practical effects driven science fiction films of its era, its enduring themes about humanity and connection ensure Logan's Run remains a relevant and valuable film today. Jessica Six was famously portrayed by actress Jenny Agutter, who remains highly recognizable today as Sister Julienne in the hit series Call the Midwife. Even decades later, her striking presence remains undeniable. Agutter stands as a treasure, showing us all how to age with incredible grace. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe to join the discussion. We love viewer input, which is why I've posted my best of 70s sci-fi other than Star Wars poll bracket. Be sure to go vote. And don't forget, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, the viewers get to vote on the next movie we cover. Up next, we're swapping dystopia for a slapstick with the comedy classic The Naked Gun, featuring Leslie Nielsen trying to foil an assassination plot. God save us all. After that, I'm tackling a film my wife says I'm either brave or foolish to cover. It's the one that started a new franchise based upon a classic TV show. We'll be covering Star Trek, the motion picture. We'll see you then.